Welcome to Sat Chats, the Bitcoin podcast where we chat about sats. Sats are the smallest part of a Bitcoin, the same way pennies are the smallest part of a dollar. With Sat Chats, we're building the world's largest Bitcoin welcome center to serve as your gateway to generational wealth. So if you are a Bitcoin beginner, we want to chat about sats with you. Head to satchats.com, sign up today. I'm your host, Stuart, Bitcoin Maxi, who wears prescription sunglasses to protect you and your loved ones from my Bitcoin laser eyes.
And I'm your co-host, Chris, founder and CEO of Ithaca Hummus, Bitcoin smash buyer and proud multi-coiner.
All right, so smash the like and subscribe the same way Chris smash buys Bitcoin. Help us get to 999 plus one subscribers so we can unlock that live show for you Friday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern. We're here today with my new buddy, Freddie.
What's going on, man?
So Freddie and I met at the Triangle Content Creator Monthly Meetup. My producer, Jeremy, took me there. And I'm a pretty shy dude, so I was just kind of hanging out. But turns out Freddie has some Bitcoin. Freddie's gone on a bit of an altcoin journey, we'll say. Quite a lot like number 20 Andy. I bet we're going to find out. So today we want to hear Freddie's Bitcoin story, and we also want to answer any questions that you have. So before we do, help our satillionaires learn a little bit more about you, Freddie.
My name is Freddie McIntyre. I'm in cybersecurity. I'm a security engineer. Been in IT for, I guess, about 18 years now. Father of two kids. I got my beautiful wife, Nicole. Me and her both have a food truck that we've started in the Raleigh area. I'm originally from North Carolina, born and bred. So kind of got into the Bitcoin crypto journey, I guess, around about 2012. So it's kind of where I'm at. Kind of chill, laid back guy, like boxing, like basketball, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Muggsy Bogues, Charlotte Hornets, NBA Jam.
Oh yeah,
he's on fire. Day, let's go. Man. So what's the name of your dessert food truck?
Coco Forte. Yeah, Coco Forte desserts. Chocolate dip cheesecake. We have a frozen New York style cheesecake, multiple chocolate flavors, and we run around the Raleigh area. Right now it's a franchise, so we kind of at that point in our journey. So we kind of had to let it pause a little bit until we get ourselves together ready for that next journey. So, once we got everything to a franchise, we wanted to make sure that we got all our stuff in order, as in paperwork. It's a lot of like compliance and paperwork when it comes to doing a franchise. It's wild.
So you kind of built a chocolate dipped cheesecake food truck model to the point where someone else could pick it up, get their own truck, get some standardized branding from you, get the menu. Y'all will teach them how to do it. Mm-hmm. And then, a portion of, I guess it costs to buy that.
The royalties and everything else that you get out of it. So my wife is a business consultant. That's what she does. She's a serial entrepreneur. I'm the one I hold down the fort, and then I come up with these crazy ideas about crypto, and she just looks at me like I'm crazy. So it is what it is. But
And you said you were born and bred in North Carolina?
A small town called Whiteville.
Whiteville. All right, now everybody pause the video real quick and guess Eastern North Carolina or Western North Carolina.
Oh man. Wait, hold on. Right. I gotta say it the right way. Wyville.
Okay.
North Carolina.
Wow. Okay, I'm saying that's Eastern North Carolina. I'm going Eastern. Okay. You gonna go Eastern? Yeah, all right, so we're gonna go Eastern North Carolina. We're gonna say that's within I'm gonna say it's like between Rocky Mount and Newburgh. Oh my God. All right. So where is it?
It's near Lumberton, like in between Lumberton, Myrtle Beach area. Okay. So it's like southeast.
Okay.
Yeah, we're probably about 30 minutes from Lumberton and 30 minutes from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay. So we right on the border.
Yeah, dude. We go to south of the border and get fireworks and all that good stuff, man. I used to love that.
Is that place still operational, man? Dude, we drive through it. We do not stop.
dude, it's still there, dude.
Go
there, man.
Is it good or is it busted?
Dude, man, if you want to see some nostalgia, like old school, like weird, like fun looking, your kids will love it, dude.
Really?
They got these big dinosaur like statues and all. Big gorilla statue. It's like stuff you can go out there and take pictures, man. It's pretty cool, man. It's fun.
I see all the billboards and I'm like, I can't wait till I'm done with these billboards. I'm just gonna drive until I get to the Buc-ee's in Florence. We're not stopping at Sal's at the border, dude.
Yeah, you get in there, man. You'll start buying stuff up, man. They got like a lot of good, like cool stuff in there, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, so cybersecurity. And you've got some entrepreneurialism as well. Mm-hmm. You know, tell us about your Bitcoin and altcoin story, you know?
So, like I said, I kind of came around Bitcoin, I guess, around about 2012. Of course, you know, I'm a tech guy. I love tech. And then I was hearing about this thing where I think this guy had bought some pizza with some Bitcoin. And I'm like, dude, what is that? He bought pizza, and I think it was like 10,000. I don't know how many it was, but it was a lot for a pizza. So I'm like, it's another way to like buy stuff or whatever. So I'm looking at, you know, I'm like, maybe it's like a credit card or whatever it was. So I kind of jumped down that journey, started kind of, you know, looking at it a little bit more. And then I started seeing what it was really about. And of course, you know, when you're talking about security, you look at cryptography is one of the things, hashes, all those different things. And I kind of looked at it from an IT perspective and was like, it's almost like having a serial number on a dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you can't change that. You can't change a hash. So for me, I was just more interested in the tech side, but I actually started seeing where you can buy Bitcoin. I downloaded an app to try to mine Bitcoin at one point in time, and you could do it on the phone. So it was like pretty easy, but I think it was like maybe $13, $20 around that time, man. But of course, me being a hardhead, not really really looking at it for what it really was. Years go by, I bought some Cardano, XRP, anything you can name of, all the other stuff. Bought some Bitcoin here and there, but I always kind of just like, it's not going to get to the numbers that people saying it's going to get. I said, there's no way. And then, of course, it kept shooting up. And then I started saying, I'm missing the boat. And then I got into the altcoins, Solana trading, and all that other crazy stuff. So I'm kind of like recovering from that. So, you know, I met my man right here, and I'm like, look, I got to get back on the Bitcoin train, man.
Yeah.
Dude, at the end of the day, it's like you make money with the other altcoins. It fluctuates so much, but it's not worth it. It's really not. It's everybody has their own flavor. So, but,
do you think altcoiners are chasing the early Bitcoin gains where they feel like, man, if I could just pick the right crypto and go 1,000x overnight, like the equivalent of buying Bitcoin when it was $1 and now it's $100,000?
Well, I would say most normal, yeah. Like, cause I used to look at the utility behind coins, like, you know what I mean? Like XRP, they say, you know, you can do transactions, you know, cross border and all that other stuff. So I used to look at a lot of that. But then when you start to see how fast how Bitcoin went up,
mm-hmm.
then you start chasing them numbers because you're like, look, I can buy this coin for like, you know, $3 right now. And if it goes up like Bitcoin, then I'll be a millionaire on that end. But
yeah. But those are controlled, aren't they? Right? Those cryptos are issued by a central authority, aren't they?
Well, you have, I think XRP is the most centralized, I would say. It's not decentralized like Bitcoin is. I mean, you got ETH, which is decentralized. But after a while, when you start to kind of really look at them, I think Bitcoin is probably really the only one where you can just... Yeah, no strings attached, man.
Yeah, because there's that like famous screenshot of Vitalik where it says like, "Hey, can you stop trading for today?" Because like something has happened with Ethereum that he wants to roll back, and it's like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it seems like, you know, we try as hard as we can on this show to distinguish Bitcoin from crypto.
Mm-hmm.
And to my way of thinking, Bitcoin is on the base layer with money and gold.
Okay.
Those are like, choose your character. Which money do you want? And then above it is pursuits to make more of your chosen money by placing it somewhere. So maybe you take your money, you put it into a stock. You take your money, you put it into a bond. You take your money, maybe you put it into a company, right? Like as a startup or as an investment. Gold, I'm not sure what you do with gold, dude. Do you bury it in the ground?
Make jewelry out of it.
Maybe you can make jewelry and then it has value above its utility. Somehow you make more gold with your gold. I don't know. But then there's Bitcoin, and really you can put any of these, into the cryptocurrency. I guess if you can turn your Bitcoin or your gold into dollars, then you can buy crypto. And to me, it feels like crypto, in many cases, there's like 3 different types for me. There's the crypto that has utility, where it's basically like a decentralized software application that you can buy tokens to power. Instead of getting your software as a service with your monthly subscription, like, hey, I'm going to go get my, I'm going to get my Rocket Money app to help me manage my subscriptions, and I'm going to have a monthly subscription to it. You can power your use of the software with the tokens, and that might be a thing.
Wait,
right?
your use of what software?
Like, so imagine if you were like, what's something that you have a monthly subscription to right now? Spotify. Okay. So like, let's imagine instead of a monthly subscription to Spotify, you had a music streaming service that was powered by its own cryptocurrency.
Okay.
So what you do is it's almost like, remember when you had to buy minutes on your phone?
Oh, yeah. Like when you had your old phone, the T-Mobiles and all those other, what was it, Cricket and all those other things. The next day you had to buy the minutes.
Yeah. Rollover minutes, I remember.
It's kind of like that, where you're buying the token to power the item.
Okay.
So maybe in theory you only really power it to the extent you use it, versus a monthly subscription, which might, see waste. You could see overuse or underuse. But for all intents and purposes, you have a software. It's an application, and you're just powering it with a token.
It's like you're loading up a Dave & Buster's card.
Totally.
That you can only use at Dave & Buster's.
Yeah,
exactly.
So why would you choose that instead of, I mean, I hate to say it, but even like the dollar, because I can spend dollars anywhere. I don't have to be at Dave & Buster's.
I mean, well, you can spend these coins in other places as well, but I mean, you just have to turn it back into fiat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're making an investment in that.
But you're working it in that ecosystem. Like they have games around it. Like you have games where you use that token to power it.
Okay.
People can make more tokens off of that. Things like that. And then you got ETH, where it has a smart contract, which kind of, makes it stamps the approval of a contract to move money from here to there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there might be some use, right? Like that subset of cryptocurrency may have some useful applications. But my problem with that is that they're not currency, right? It's not money. Bitcoin is money. Gold is money. Dollars are money. This is, they're like arcade coins to play the video game with, right? But people start to feel like, oh, it's cryptocurrency. It's money. I can use this like money. And it's like, well, the same way you can use arcade coins in an arcade, but Bitcoin actually has the properties of money. Then you have cryptocurrencies that are basically meme coins.
Yeah.
Where it's like, fart coin.
The casino.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a casino.
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
I know almost nothing about meme coins. What's that about? Like, what? Help me understand meme coins.
So a meme coin, I mean, anything culturally that happens nowadays, it's all on the Solana blockchain.
Okay.
ETH, you can create meme coins there, but Solana is the one that kind of where you create on a platform called Pump Fund. You have these devs. Say something happens in the news. I don't know. A famous person. Something goes on with them, and something happens.
Okay.
And someone tweets about it.
Okay.
They'll create a meme coin out of it. think I saw one where at one point in time, Grimace was a meme coin that someone created. And the reason they created it was someone hacked into the McDonald's, I want to say Twitter account or website, and they put like buy Grimace, which was a meme coin. And people were like, is this real or fake? And they basically, somebody created a meme coin off of it. And people just started buying into it. Because, of course, McDonald's, I mean, their Twitter account, man, they got millions of followers. So normally that's how people kind of, they'll try to see, is this valid? Is this real? Does McDonald's actually have a meme coin or something like that? And people start buying into the token.
And so the idea is that if you're early on, if you're an early adopter of a meme coin, you can buy 100 Grimaces, and then you're just trying to time your way out of it. Is that kind of the idea? It's like I bought 100 of them for $1.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hold on to it until I think it's at its peak, which might be 5 days from now. And then I'm going to sell it.
Not 5 days, my brother.
Okay.
Dude, you talking minutes sometimes.
Minutes?
Oh now it's down to minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Before it used to be maybe you could probably get a couple of days, a week out of it. Holy and you have some people that hold on to meme coins. You got people that will, those are like the legitimate early meme coins, like Doge.
Yeah.
Dogecoin is a meme coin.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't have no utility, anything. It's really purchasing it for the hope that it goes up. And it's at a really low cost. So like now, the meme coins now, I mean, dude, and this happened over since the summer, man. I mean, like now, you talking minutes and seconds, man.
Wow.
Minutes and seconds to get in and out of it.
If you don't have a rig, you got people that, if you don't have a rig or a node or some type of PC that's like high powered, dude, you could be sitting there clicking, trying to sell while it's going up and then trying to sell and it's crashing down. Dude.
Oh my God.
That sounds
so you
horrendous.
It's I ain't gonna say it's fun, man. At first it was fun, but it's terrible.
No, I mean I could see there's a dopamine hit that's coming off of that. For sure.
I mean it's you got people thinking like it's on the realm of Bitcoin. Where Bitcoin it's like, dude, it's like the smart old guy that just start putting his money away. Putting his money away slowly but surely, and then it just raised up. Now people seeing it like, oh my God, like you can make this much money off of it.
Yeah. Sometimes
they go on the dark side, man. They'll fall into that Solano. I fell into it, man, but I had to stop.
So
now I also, Freddie was talking to me at that meetup about how some meme coins, it is cultural where you might not be buying it because you're going to try to get out of it within minutes and seconds. You just want some of it because it's silly and it's a fun cultural reference. Like, hey, I got Muggsy Bogues trips on camera coin. And it, references some cultural moment that you just think it's funny to have a piece of that, right?
It's like a collectible of some sense.
It's kind of like it's basically like a spin-off of NFTs, right?
Yeah, and that's how it was before. I mean, when it was wholesome.
Yeah,
but now it's like they make memes out of everything.
Yeah,
do anything, man. It's some things I was like, man, I wouldn't make a meme. I wouldn't even buy that coin.
Yeah,
just because of what it is.
But,
yeah. So, and it's like being part of something.
Okay.
So, and I can see now it's like it makes sense. People into Bitcoin, like you got, when you into Bitcoin, you into Bitcoin. There's really no other way that you see any second best, and that's how everybody kind of looks at their different coins if that's what they're trying to do. So the meme coin kind of had that aspect of it, but yeah, it's the trenches is what they call it.
Yeah,
now, man.
Yeah,
dude, it's crazy.
Yeah. But we do have some breaking news for all our satillionaires. We're going to be releasing Freddie coin. And we really want you to go pump our bags because we printed 2 million Freddie coins for ourselves before we went live with it. So the third type of coin I see out there is just pump and dump, where it's fully like the Hawk Tua coin,
But that was a
this
meme
Javier
coin, right?
Malay coin.
That was a meme coin.
Yeah. I think some meme coins are trying to be something
they have
quasi long term, and some are like fully just like we're literally
just
going to scam these people.
Yeah.
We're literally going to do it.
Like I said, they have some Michi Giga Chad. They have somewhere these groups of guys, there's machismo stuff, you know what I mean? And they're part of it, and they keep the coin, they hold it.
Yeah.
And it goes up as people buy in, and it, you know, they hold on to it for a long time. But like, as of since, I would say December, it's totally changed.
So Wild West.
It's the Wild West right
Giga
now.
Chad.
Yeah.
Giga Chad.
Giga Chad coin is sweet. Like I could, you know, like you could see yourself buying $10 of Giga Chad coin to say you have the Giga Chad coin. Like,
and it's at a really low number. Like when I say low, it's like the cent, like dude, it's so low, like a cent of a like.
Really?
Yeah. So like it's people that would 1%, I would say, you could buy it for $1,000 and turn into, you know, a couple of thousand. There's some people that I've seen done that, but it's far in between. Man.
That sounds so hard. Like it's a guessing game.
Yeah, it is. You have multiple ones too, and that's the thing that really you can't really tell which meme is the meme. Like, dude, that grimace that I was talking about, was like 4 or 5 of them, man. You got to find the right one.
Oh man, it just seems like an absolute
house of mirrors. It's a house of mirrors.
It's like an absolute disaster.
No way out.
It's like it's digital chicanery, man.
Yeah.
It's like snake oil times a billion.
Yeah.
Digital, available instantly. I mean, you know, so to answer your question, for me,
how's Bitcoin different than this?
Well, number one, Bitcoin is decentralized, right? And we're not talking about fake decentralized. We're talking about literally decentralized. There are many of those coins, those meme coins or cryptocurrencies that are generated by a company or a person who's still around and who still has the ability to do things to that coin. Bitcoin, it is now operated by its users. You know, Satoshi may have created it, but Satoshi can't get in there. Satoshi can't stop Bitcoin. He can't change Bitcoin.
Can't change the price. Can't manipulate it.
Right?
So even if Satoshi is Jack Dorsey.
Whoa. Hot take, fresh over the weekend.
Okay. Even if that is the case, Bitcoin is now so big, right? That Satoshi or Jack Dorsey's 1 million Bitcoin is not enough to make a majority vote to change Bitcoin in any way.
Yeah, I mean, because that's part of the 21 million Bitcoin. It's not part of the nodes or the miners required. That's the consensus comes from the operators. It's not your share of the Bitcoin that creates your vote. It's how much you operate the network.
Okay.
Right? So it's decentralized. And it's real. I mean, Satoshi might have 1 million Bitcoin, but if he sells all of it, it's gone. He can't get it back. He can't make more for himself, right? Like when you want to manipulate the price of a cryptocurrency, all you do is buy Kanye's account and pretend that he's going to release Ye coin, or you hack into McDonald's and tell people to buy Grimace coin.
And you give some away. Give some to your friends. Okay. You let them stack their little money up, and then as soon as you guys feel like that's where you're comfortable taking your money from, you just go ahead and rug pull, what they call it. You just pull the money out, and then once that happens, it's like a house of cards. It all falters.
And actually, we've sold all of our Freddie coin. Now we're going on Yville coin. We're going to do Yville coin. Okay. So everybody in Yville and around, south of the border coin, buy Yville coin now. So, if you want to manipulate the price of Bitcoin by selling a bunch of it, you can only do it one time, right? So like when Germany was selling off its Bitcoin last summer, holding the price of Bitcoin down around 60K, they were able to put a lot of, downward sell pressure on Bitcoin because they were firing everything. They sold like 40,000, 50,000 Bitcoin, something like that. It might have been like 80,000.
Oh gosh.
But they liquidated most of their Bitcoin, and we're all buying Bitcoin and the price isn't going up. We're like, what's going on here? So, Germany's absolutely firing everything. But once Germany was done, that's it. Good job, bro. right? You're done. You're toast. Now you have to buy Bitcoin back
At a higher price.
At a higher price.
Yeah.
So it really is difficult to manipulate Bitcoin in that way because you only ever get to shoot your shot one time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go make more of it, can't print more of it, can't change it, can't stop it, can't add to it. You know, Bitcoin has the properties of money. And for cryptocurrencies, your pump and dump schemes fully avoid, your meme coins fully avoid.
Yeah.
Your applications that are powered by tokens, maybe.
No, but they just sound like XRP, right? Ability to have international borderless transactions. That's a quality that Bitcoin already has, right?
That one's terrible. Yeah, because Bitcoin literally is global money.
I mean, you can already do that with it. Just sounds like one feature of Bitcoin, separated off to the side here, and it's like, well, what does that have that Bitcoin doesn't? You might have an answer.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, XRP is centralized.
Okay.
It's not decentralized.
So
it's Ripple is the company that owns it, and of course they can create more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's a finite amount. So like he said, once you sell, dude, you got to buy it back where it is.
Mm-hmm.
So once it's done, it's done. So,
but Ripple could sell a bunch of their XRP and then just print more of it to make up the difference.
Right.
To make themselves.
But they already
small.
issued a ton of XRP and they own 80% of it. So they're going to be good for a long time. And they're letting everybody squabble over the remaining. The XRP army is trying to hoover up the remaining 20%. They're like, yeah, we have 4 out of every 5 XRP coins. You guys have fun trying to buy the remaining one. It's silly, dude. It's absolutely silly.
They're a bunch of that's like it's a kamikaze army.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
So to kind of summarize for our listeners there, you come from a background of cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of got into Bitcoin early in 2012 and realized that the hashing function, which for our satillionaires out there, when you take information and you run it through a hashing sequence or protocol, it creates a new value that is incredibly hard to reverse engineer, if not impossible by today's standards. Like you just can't do it.
Yeah, it's impossible.
So you're basically creating something that can't be messed with. And since these transactions are hashed by the miners into the blockchain, like you're basically creating a scenario where you can literally track each Satoshi inside each coin, right?
I mean, you the SAT expert. I guess you can. If it has a hash to it, it has that number attached to it from that transaction. You can't create. You can't. It's like a social security number. It's like a fingerprint. You can't make another.
Yeah.
But after you learned that Bitcoin was really good, instead of stacking up Bitcoin nice and easy, you're like, you know what? All these altcoins are really good instead. And you went on a huge journey there. But you said that you're recovering now. So kind of help us catch up to where you are now, Freddie.
So kind of where I am now, like I say, is seeing the store value of Bitcoin, seeing the fact that where I saw it, where it first started, and seeing it, people say, hey, it's going to be worth 1,000. It's going to be worth 10,000. And it went up and down. So, me seeing that, wow, it actually did hold its value. And the more they mine, people are buying this up, and it's doing exactly what it's doing. So, like I said, I went through that whole phase of trying to, quick money, fast money type deal. But if I really would have stuck to my guns and just stuck with the Bitcoin, man, I would have been a much better place. Especially the fact that I saw it early.
Yeah. Man.
Dude, and I try to find that phone that I created that app, man. I was like, dude, I don't even know how many that I could have, I probably didn't have that many, but still, I'm like, my wife was like, you don't have that phone anymore? I'm like, nah, I don't even know where that phone is.
Could you imagine solving some blocks on your phone? And then
it's like you can sit there and run this app and it was solved. That's when you didn't need this huge rig to mine they do now. Dude, it was, I mean, I guess you could say the equations were a lot smaller.
Probably, right?
Use a phone,
yeah. Because when you're doing on your phone, it might have been a 50 Bitcoin or a 25 Bitcoin reward.
Could have been.
If it was in that 2012 space, right?
Dude, could have been.
Right?
Honestly, it was. Yeah. But, taking it low and slow now, I feel like, like you said, the tortoise sometimes can win that race, man, especially if it's a tortoise with gold on his back.
The key is you just got to give yourself a break.
With the digital gold on his back. Oh, man.
Imagine investing, and I hate to use the term investing because I don't think Bitcoin is an investment. I think it's money. So imagine converting $50 worth of fiat into Bitcoin each month, every month from 2012. That'd be 13 years.
Dude, my math ain't that good, but I wonder what that would be. Who's the math whiz here?
Well, I can tell you there was a study conducted that looked at a 5-year period of doing this. And if you put it into a savings account, that's $3,000 plus a little bit of interest. If you buy gold, $50 worth of gold per month for 5 years, it got you up to about $6,000. So doubled your money. $50 worth of Bitcoin over a 5-year period, it finished at $250,000. And this is like a recent 5-year period. So imagine from 2012 to 2025,
dude, when it was like $20, dude.
Just $50 a month.
Yeah.
$50 a month, right?
You'd be in the tens or hundreds of millions.
Oh, yeah.
No question.
Be shit, man. Be drinking a pina colada on an island somewhere, man.
100%. Your island somewhere.
But now I know and I understand at the end of the day, the sats, man, dude, I can still stack them.
Yes.
It's going to be used.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are some of those questions that you're trying to deal with?
One of the biggest things that I deal with is, with the Bitcoin halving when they do these halves, which makes it harder to actually mine the Bitcoin. I mean, is that going to change the price? Is that going to raise the price, lower the price? I mean, what is that?
It's a good question. So by harder to mine Bitcoin after the halving, do you mean that it becomes computationally harder to mine, or do you mean that it becomes more expensive to mine?
More expensive to mine.
Yeah. So that's a good question. With the Bitcoin halving, it's incredible that Satoshi figured out a way to organize the supply of Bitcoin so that it starts out, it was flying off the shelves in the early days, and the inflation rate of Bitcoin was high. Every 10 minutes, there was 50 more Bitcoin. I mean, that's a lot. But then after about 4 years, it goes down to 25 Bitcoin. After about 4 years, it goes down to 12.5, then 6.25. And now we're in, I think, the fifth epoch where it's 3.125 Bitcoin. So when we hit the halving earlier in 2024, I think it was around March of 2024, we stepped down from that 6.25 Bitcoin per block reward to 3.125. There were some miners who had to pack up shop and quit mining because it became too expensive for them. They go from having, the amount they get paid gets cut in half, right? Now, some of the miners were smarter because they're like, we can literally see it coming. It's a supply shock that is programmed into Bitcoin. And one meme I saw that I really loved was that it's programmed to go higher. Bitcoin is programmed to go higher because it's programmed to become less and less supply. So these miners, they evaluated their mining rigs. They found the ones that would become inefficient in the new epoch, sold them off to someone in a different country who has cheaper energy, who can still afford to run them even though they aren't as efficient. Make sure that their mining rigs are the best, the newest, negotiates their energy contracts, and also takes some of the Bitcoin that they've mined at the 6.25 rate, sells them off so that they have enough money to withstand that supply shock and stabilize on the other side. Now, the good thing about Bitcoin is that back when the reward was 50 Bitcoin, those 50 Bitcoin were not worth a lot, right? And we had Miles on the show, number 16, who mined Bitcoin with an old Mac computer when the reward was 50 Bitcoin. Wow. And he solved blocks on his own.
Wow.
But that Bitcoin wasn't worth very much. And he wasn't paying a lot for it. He was just putting electricity to his Mac.
So where do you see Bitcoin going? The value?
Yeah, like how much is Bitcoin going to cost?
No, how much you think the value would get to? I mean, nobody would have never dreamed it got to 100,000.
Okay.
I didn't even. I would have probably sold my Bitcoin before then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
All right, so let me drop this on you, dude. Because I had a breakthrough recently. I think you're ready for it. The value of the world economy is 21 million Bitcoin.
Everything over 21 million, right?
The entire world economy right now is worth 21 million Bitcoin. That's my breakthrough recently, Freddie. So even though the market cap of Bitcoin's like $2 trillion right now, it's actually 900 trillion because Bitcoin is the best money of all time. It's the hardest money of all time. It's better than fiat. It's better than gold. It's better than fart coin. It's the best, right? So what that means is, just like Miles said, the world of money has changed. It's just that we haven't changed yet. Mm-hmm. So even though we are measuring Bitcoin in dollar terms and saying it's got a $2 trillion market cap, wow, it's less than 10% the market cap of gold, Bitcoin has already won. We just don't know it yet. Mm-hmm. So that means Bitcoin is worth the entire world's productivity. And if you use Michael Saylor's terms of 900 trillion, which is just an estimate, but we'll use it. Michael Saylor thinks that the world's value is 900 trillion. Then that means we are going to see a 439x from where we are right now.
That sounds good.
439x, which means your $100,000 Bitcoin is going to be more like $44 million Bitcoin. So every single Satoshi right now is actually worth 43 cents. Now you can get 1,000 sats for $1 right now. But what you're actually buying, if you get 1,000 sats for $1 and every sat's worth 43 cents, you're actually buying $430. So for every dollar, you're buying yourself $430. You just don't know it yet. But if you listen to Jeff Booth, he talks about by the time people realize that Bitcoin is worth the entire world's economy, the entire world's economy will be more than 900 trillion. Mm-hmm. It'll be several quadrillion because we're going to have breakthroughs with AI. We're going to have breakthroughs in technology. We're going to open up new economic streams. We're going to create more value, right? Mm-hmm. So it's going to be more than 44 million.
So it's 2012 for me all over again. Gotta get on and get off.
We're so early. We're so early. So early.
Seriously. Literally guaranteed 439x with today's current estimates.
You don't have to go outside of Bitcoin to find those early day, that early day payback of like, you can buy now and you can,
Dude,
just do it. You can still do it in Bitcoin.
Your grandkids are going to be like, Grandpa Freddie, did you really buy Bitcoin when it was less than $100,000? And be like, that's right. That's right, bud. That's right. That's why we're here on, Freddie Island, it's because I went on this show like I saw Bitcoin in a new light and I bought some.
Oh yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. So it's not too late to stack your sats today because again, we're undervalued in my opinion to the tune of 439x. All these people chasing meme coins because they want to go up, just stack your sats, man. Just stack your sats.
Been there, done that, man. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know I could get good information from you on the sats, man.
Yes.
And to finish answering your question, the miners who go through the halving, when it drops from 3.12, 50 Bitcoin was $0 when they were mining it, but now 3 Bitcoin is $300,000. So as the amount of Bitcoin issued goes down, the value of Bitcoin in fiat terms goes up, which means the miners can continue to mine. Because if they can just solve one block, you might get to a situation where when we have again to 1.5, they solve one block and they immediately have $1.5 million. Immediately. And they can keep going in fiat terms because they solved a single block, right? So the Bitcoin miners who are smart about their businesses, smart about their Bitcoin, about when they sell it to continue funding themselves, their rigs, their energy costs, they'll continue to roll. The ones that just put a machine on there and just try to run it to the ground until it can't go anymore, they actually probably will be fine too, because they'll solve a block or two and the value will be so high that they're like, sweet, I'll buy another rig and I'll just run it to the ground as well. So Bitcoin, you know, just to kind of, I guess, to recap our conversation here, Bitcoin is the truth. Bitcoin is the greatest. It's decentralized. It has the properties of money. You don't have minutes or seconds with Bitcoin. You have years and decades and eventually centuries.
Generations.
It's generational wealth.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Generation. I can see that. Yeah, for certain.
Yep.
So, you know, I think for today, it's been a really good conversation with you, Freddie, about your more technological approach to Bitcoin in the early days and recognizing that someone has created something with that hashing function that allows us to have money that we can track out in the open. Everyone can see. You can't mess with it. You can't lie about it. You can't fake it. It's a real thing.
Can't give it away. You can't manipulate the price. It's what's done is done. It's there.
Right? You can't simply declare that there's more gold than there is. There's only the gold that there is. You know, if you want to find more, you got to go mine it. Same with Bitcoin. Dollars, you can just print, dude. You can just press a button now. You know, it used to be printer goes bird. Now it's just button goes click. Just click, click, done. It's flooded, right? So I think for the Satillionaires out there listening, if you're thinking about jumping into these altcoins as well, like, well, you know, we listened to Chris and Stuart and Freddie talk about Bitcoin. I'm going to get some Bitcoin, but man, what about that Cardano? What about that Solana? What about Doge? What about Ethereum? Just stop. Just don't do it. Skip over that part.
Take it from Freddie.
Yeah, been there, done that, man. I'm recovering.
Right? Don't go into the coin casino. Just operate here on the money layer.
Oh, yeah.
And stack your sats, because over time, it's going to be miraculous what it does for you.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to 439x. So anyways, we're going to make you an offer here. Okay. But before we do, we are going to taste some Ithaca hummus together. So what flavor did you choose today? Did you choose?
I chose the red pepper.
There you go. The roasted red pepper.
So we've got some woven wheat crackers for you, Freddie, and the roasted red pepper Ithaca hummus right there.
Yep. Now we are proudly sponsored by Ithaca Hummus and its mascot Bonzo with Bitcoin Laser Eyes. For all the people listening out there, the woven wheat slot is open. Or the pretzel thin slot is open. As long as Chris is comfortable with the neutrality of the dipping mechanism, holler at your boys. We'll put you right here on the cup. It'll be beautiful.
It's got to be sea salt only. I don't want your flavors in here.
So let's get a fat glob and we can all try it at the same time. Nice.
All right, and
nice
Freddie,
color.
you said you're not a hummus guy.
I'm not a hummus guy, but
right,
I've heard some good things about this hummus. So.
Right, cheers, man.
You got me, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you got me.
Yes, dude. Right here, dude.
Yeah, you got me. That was good, man.
Yeah. Dude, help yourself,
My
man.
wife has been trying for a long time to get me to like hummus, dude.
There we go.
That's it.
I mean, this one almost has like a pimento cheese kind of flavor to it, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's got that little bite. It's got the
that's pretty good, man. I like this.
richness. Yeah.
Chris charred this pepper himself.
Before we took that photo, I did that on the grill behind Robin Wishnaw's house. So Robin, if you're watching, still got the pepper right there.
Bam, right there. And that tub is yours to take home.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I think you got me, man. That was really good.
Oh, man.
Now we got 10 of these, 10 flavors. So red pepper is a good place to start. All right, so we also have another offer to make you, which is as a Bitcoiner, I believe in value for value. So you came, you showed up. And so in exchange for that, as a small token of our appreciation, we want to offer you the choice between $50, 50 USD, if you will, nation state paper.
Ulysses S. Grant, dude.
I'll sit that there for a second.
US dollars. So we got USG on the USD.
And this is the first episode, Freddie, where we've got our brand new Clark Moody dashboard proudly displayed.
Let's go.
For all to see at all times now.
The entire Bitcoin economy at a glance.
Yes. I'm supposed to memorize that. All right. So now all I'll need my phone to do is calculate the sats per dollar here. But we can see that the price per Bitcoin right now is $94,350.
Nice.
Which translates to 1,060 sats or satoshis per dollar. So before that changes, let me lock that in. 1060 times 50. That's 53,000 sats.
Wow. That's more than the guy this morning.
Or 50 of these.
Dude, I got to go with the sats.
Yes, dude. Yes. Come on. Let's go with the sats, Freddie. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Every time.
So Freddie is your guest number 24 on the show, and that's going to bring our record to 22 guests who chose Bitcoin, 2 guests who chose cash.
Number 9, Paul.
Number 9, Paul, and number 21, Dima.
Oof, oh, man. Let me know when y'all get them back on the show, man. A couple of years down the road. I want to see.
We're going to be following along,
Sat for fiat.
Yeah. We're early on in this show, but and our goal is to chat about sats with everyone, because we feel like the biggest barrier to Bitcoin is somebody sitting down with you and just talking about it with you. So that's the goal of the show, but there's kind of a side goal, which is to bring guests back on every 9 months. So you would come back on month 9, month 18, month 27, and it becomes almost like a scientific study of the impact of Bitcoin on your life. Okay. Or of fiat on your life. I took the $50 cash and
right off the cliff.
It literally melted out of my wallet right after the show.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you taking the sats here today, Freddie. And we hope you'll come back on in 9 months.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Okay. Amazing. So if you made it this far and you liked what you saw, give us your value for our value. Hit the like and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, give us the 5 stars, various bell notifications, I'm sure. Do whatever you need to do to engage with our content. If you want us to cover something specific, put it in the comments. If you have your own questions, put it in the comments. If you're the person who comments on every single video we've ever posted that says great content, quick question, I have an OKX wallet with my seed phrase. It says, please stop.
Yeah. We don't
Whatever you're doing, stop.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah. What's up with
For
that?
For God's sake, man, we can't help you with your OKX wallet.
No, we
all
don't
right?
know. Yeah.
We know you're fully intending to scam us and our Satillionaires, so just relax, bro.
For the record, we cannot help you.
Go find the Fartcoin podcast for beginners.
That's where he came from.
And go post there, my friend. But for everyone else who's a real human being that's curious about Bitcoin, engage with us, share with your friends and family, help us spread that signal so that we can chat about sats with literally everybody on earth. Help us get to 999 plus 1 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. That's when we can unlock the live show for you all Friday mornings at 10 a.m. Freddie will be in the chat with us. He will be helping us remember that altcoins are not the way. Yes. Okay. But we do still want you to buy Freddie coin and Whiteville coin. And eventually there's going to be Coco Forte coin, but it's all good. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And remember, Sat Chats is for educational purposes only and should not be construed as financial advice. Also, our guests' views are their own. Thanks so much, Satillionaires. We'll see you on the next one.